All right. Hey, everybody. Guess what time it is? It is IT time. Intermission transmission. A little bit early. A few minutes. I'm actually early tonight. Imagine that. March 3rd. What else am I going to do? It is March 3rd, and I decided to get started a little early. Just because I can. And what else am I doing? Absolutely nothing. So there you go. Might as well be doing something. All right. So what do we want to talk about tonight? I don't have a clue. I don't have a set topic tonight. Oh, okay. All right. Hey, Bobby's here. All right. Hey, Bobby. All right, so I sent the link over to Crystal. We'll see if she's watching her chat. Hopefully, she'll be over here shortly. Right now, I don't know why it says Marine is live. I have not figured that one out yet. Maureen is not here. Yeah, so I don't know why it says that and why. Um, it shows that when I go live. Um, I have no clue. If anybody can help me with that, we can change that setting. And yeah, I mean, she goes live on her own channels, well, and on mine, but I go only live on my channels, so it shouldn't say anything about her channel or her going live. I don't know why it does that. So I have not figured that one out. If anybody can help with that, they want to uh, help me understand why that does that, that'd be awesome. All right, so anybody got any ideas what to talk about? I don't know. Gotta be careful. We don't want to talk about current events. We can get in trouble for that, right? Although that'd be a lot to talk about. Everyone else does. But then I guess they get paid for that too. I don't know. That could be a possibility. I don't know. I'm not getting paid here. I'm just talking crazy talk whenever I'm talking. So, anybody have any weird dreams recently? And if you're on Facebook, I'm watching the YouTube chat. I don't see the Facebook chat. And not all of the Facebook chats are visible. So, if you are watching on Facebook, I would encourage you to come on over to my YouTube channel. Or I mean, you can stay on Facebook there, give that page the numbers, that's fine. Multitask. Just make sure that you have only one audio source running. If you have two pages open with the same show and the audio sources are on both pages are running, it gets kind of crazy. So have only one audio source open, but you can go to two different pages. So think about that one. I am looking for subscribers on YouTube and to get these numbers going on the YouTube channel. So if you want to hop on over and support Errt Radio YouTube channel, that'd be awesome. I am looking for subscribers. I'm at 611 now, I think, or something like that. So if anybody wants to subscribe and hit the like button and share it, you'll get a thank you from us here. Yeah, so if you do decide to subscribe to our channel, you will, or if you're on the Facebook pages and you're part of our group, Upi has come up with a really interesting name called Ertlings, Errtlings. So that is the name of anyone who is in support of our adventure and project called Errt Radio. So Ertlings. All right. So nobody's here. All right. So anyway, who has any idea about what we can talk about safely without getting kicked in the shins or whatever? Somebody was talking about the railroad accidents a little while back, about the number of accidents that occurred just in the United States alone. And we only hear about a 2% of the portion of what really occurs. The strangeness of the UFOs recently, that, or the whatever you want to call them, the objects that shot out of the sky. The interesting thing about that is that everybody was seeing that. And it traveled, the one traveled across the United States, and everybody was talking about it on social media, which we didn't have that. We didn't have that back in the 90s even, something happened in a newsworthy about some kind of situation, and we got on the phone and we called if the phone lines were still working. We didn't have a cell phone necessarily, I don't think. Most of us didn't, I don't think. Some select few might have, but I didn't have a cell phone until, I don't know, I got my first one when I got my Nissan pickup. It was a free phone with the purchase of the truck. And and that thing was expensive. It was one of those bag phones. And it cost over $700 a month just for the service. Yeah, that was just for the calling. And so it wasn't really worth the time for the investment on that project. I'm glad we have unlimited data and calling now, so that we don't have to worry about all that. I remember getting a bill for my cell phone bill, and I used it for a particular traveling job that I was doing at the time from North Carolina to South Carolina, Myrtle Beach area, and then back. And I was running something for restaurants. I thought it was, I was told it was shrimp, I don't know. But anyway, the woman got all mad at me because I got lost on this trip. And she kept calling me on the phone, asking me where I was. Well, I was getting there. I don't know what happened to the directions that she gave me, but we didn't have Google Maps at the time. We didn't have any of that. And this was a 95. So, or 90, 93 or 94. No, 90, it had to be 95. Yeah, 'cause that was what year that truck was. But anyway, I was using a van actually to somebody for the company. So I do remember that. But she was calling me on this phone all the time, trying to figure out where I was at. And that cost money every time I got a call. And then when I made a call to her, of course, it cost money. So I got charged twice for the calling data. And yeah, that was messed up. And then I don't know if anyone remembers the roaming towers. If you set your phone to roaming towers to the different locations, you can get a little bit cheaper costs on your call. You can actually seem like you're calling local from that area, from that tower. So, which that was a neat little way to get around some of that cost. But if you didn't know where the tower was, or you didn't know how to set that on the phone, it costs a lot of money for the cell service. So think about that. Now we have all unlimited service and 5G, and it's going to kill us faster, of course. Wait, we can't talk about that. Okay, wait. Let's back up. Erase that part. Don't put that on the. We don't talk about all that. But I thought it was cool though to be able to call from the truck in the middle of a field to somebody's house. And that was pretty cool. And I mean, when I was in North Carolina, all we had was CB radios. That's all we used was CB radios. We got a lot of information around that way. Okay. Um, the trucking community, we'd contact a trucker on the highway, and they'd get the message out to somebody else, and you go somewhere else, and yeah, so we had communication, but it wasn't nothing like today with the cell phones or with the internet. This was just a CB radio. And so imagine how far that came compared to where we were then to now. I mean, 1995 CB radios and the beginnings of the cell phone, and then to now, 2023, we got a computer in our pocket and we can talk to anywhere in the world on our cell phones. We can do an entire podcast on the cell phone, providing we keep it charged up. Like I just plug mine in to keep it charged up. Not that I'm using that to do the show, but I could. I know I can now. So that was interesting. Um, Learned that from somebody else that just did that yesterday, matter of fact. And I'm sure that other people do these shows with the cell phones. I like to use my computer though. I'm connected to the Wi-Fi here with a much better antenna than the cell phone has, and the connectability with the computer compared to the cell phone. Yeah, the cell phone is good for when you're out and about, you're driving around, you're doing a live video like I do on my drive. That's all fine. It did good today, except for Bluetooth connection to the car, which we did get that to work most of the way home today. So it was nice to take my drive today. That was exciting. I might take another one tomorrow, but a different direction now. So I'm gonna think about that one. We'll see what the weather is. If it's nice, I might take a drive just to go somewhere, just get out of the house. There was a couple of months there where I didn't get to go anywhere because of the weather. Because I'm chicken. I don't like to drive in the snow and the minus temperatures. And then my car didn't work for like 2 weeks because of the battery. But we got that working fine. And I'm glad for that. So that's good. So let's think about the communication advancements that we've had in the last, well, since 1990. All right. So the 1990s, like I said, we had CB radios, we had landline phone, and we had somewhat of, well, we didn't have anything like the internet we have now, but we had some kind of, and I can't remember. We had MSN browser, MSN internet service. We had Hotmail, of course, which now is Outlook or whatever. And but we didn't really have the advantage of Google it. It's on Google. Look it up. So, I could do that right now. We can take that and see, I can multitask. I can open up two windows on this computer. Pretty darn cool. Okay, let's look at the comparison. So I'm going to put in a search 1990 communication compared to 2023. Brief history of communication and innovations. Look at that. I got the actual article here. The history of communication is as old as mankind, from cave paintings to text messages. Innovations in communication have provided. Okay, let me click on that. All right, here we go. Let's see what that says. All right. Ooh, they got different phone things. That's cool. You got the old timey the earpiece and the mouthpiece, weird looking handset, crank phone, if you will, and then the handheld, the landline uh, receiver handheld thing, and then the old what was the old single Nokia phone, and then the flip phone, and then the flat screen touch screen thing. That's interesting. That's the last one that they have. All right, ancient communication. Hey, let's look at that. Cave drawings. Oh yeah. Okay. And then printing press. The 15th and 16th century printing press. Um, this is from, where is this from? Join or sign in. No, I don't want to do that. All right. Public occurrences. 19th century communication, U.S. mail. And 20th century communication, the phone. And then the computer. App timeline. Friendster, 2002. LinkedIn is 2002. Holy cow, that's old. MySpace is 2003. Facebook 2004. Twitter 2006. Instagram 2010, and Snapchat 2011. These are the top apps in their timeline as to when they were started. Wow, pretty damn cool, huh? Friendster, who remembers Friendster? I don't remember Friendster. LinkedIn, I have LinkedIn. Who doesn't have LinkedIn? If you don't have LinkedIn, you should get it, especially if you're in a podcast or business type of setting and you want to reach a lot of people. That's the way to do it. MySpace, I did have MySpace once, I think, way back early. I don't remember, probably right when it first started. It was a new fad. Facebook, of course, well, who doesn't have, well, some people don't have Facebook, but those of us who come here have Facebook, and some have Twitter. Not everyone has Instagram. I don't really use it much. Snapchat, I don't use that either. I know what they are, but I don't use them. So, all right, so the personal computer was introduced in the 1970s. Computer systems slowly became a common household tool, especially for communication. The combination of a PC and the internet made written communication fast, easy, and convenient. That's true. And they show the old IBM office thing with the weird screen and the even more weird keyboard. I used to have one of those keyboards. That thing was tough though, man. You could beat that thing silly and it would still work. Until one day it didn't. Okay. You can't beat the laptops like that nowadays. They'd break in half and they'd be no good, or something would come loose inside the uh, laptop or whatever. I don't do all it anyway anymore. I did beat that computer keyboard, IBM keyboard. It was an anchor, more or less. How heavy the thing was. All right. After reading that, we all know that email and PCs were just the beginning of the most important innovations in communication. But these origins can't be forgotten. Okay, don't forget the Morse the Morse code, the telegraph. Don't forget that. That's where all this started. Every communication tool used today was somehow influenced by simple ones from the long and never ending history of communication. I mean, Instagram, you think about cave drawings. Instagram is dealing with pictures, right? And that's pretty darn cool. Okay, in the 19th century, dealing with the phone now. We kind of skipped ahead, went to the computer. Let's look at the phone. As the 19th century came around, the great minds working towards improving communication took a large step. Electricity was incorporated into communication channels, coining the term telecommunications. Ooh, I hope that's not a copyright issue. Okay, I don't think so. Um, Telecommunications is the sending and receiving of information using electronic means. This can include wire, radio, or any other electromagnetic device. The combination of electricity and communication sparked the beginning of a long wave of innovations. The first of these innovations was the electric telegraph. There you go. In 1831 by a man named Joseph Henry. I hope someone's taking notes here. Okay. This type of telegraph allowed messages to be sent and received over long distances. It contributed to the productivity and distributing, there you go, say that right, distributing news and communicating internally for businesses. And so it was originally for businesses, and now look at us. We do it every day. And we got untold amounts of junk mail, even with the email, what we call spam. Okay. The first recent inventions. Oh, wait, I just read that. Okay, businesses. Okay. Let me get the right line here. The popularity of the electric telegraph was still at its peak when Alexander Graham Bell, imagine his name being Bell, he invented the telephone in 1876. The telephone allowed two people to communicate verbally with devices that converted the sound as opposed to speaking face to face. You think about that. I mean, look what I'm doing right here, right? And the image that they show is courtesy of A&E Networks. Well, thank you, A&E Networks, for sharing this photograph for the web page for this little article here. Okay, the other image of the postal wagon, image courtesy of the Smithsonian National Postal Museum. There you go. Now, telecommunications provided people with a two-way. No, wait. Let me start that over. Telecommunications provided people with a way to make. Gotta read the words in order and in the way that they're written. Okay. Telecommunications provided people with a way to make long distance written and verbal communication personal. Distance became less of a problem for people who wanted to communicate verbally, increasing the flow of information, which we can talk all around the world, right? This says image, but I don't say who provided that one of the IBM computer. All right. Oh, courtesy of Day in Tech History. The image is courtesy of Day. They couldn't put it all together because of the size of the picture. I got it. Image courtesy of Day and Tech History. Got you for the computer. Okay, so then after all that, that's all, folks, for now. Okay. Well, there you have it. The history of communication in a nutshell. As the human race progressed and modernized, so did human communication. And as information became more valuable, the methods being used to send it became more of a priority. Communication has come a long way, and it's only getting better. Yeah, right. Take some time to dive deeper and learn more about communication theory. And that's what we do, people. I want to bring one person's work to note. Our friend and author Ron Yacobetti, who has some books out to deal with ITC, which is a communication thing with the other side. And I have a box that somebody created, the Holtes built, called the Chaos Box number 3, FM frequency. Oh no, wait, that one might be the. I have to look at that again. I think it is the FM frequency. Anyway, I used it, and I got some interesting results just from my house. And I don't know if they were in my house or if they were just kind of like passing through or whatever. But again, using the airwaves, using the radio signals. Well, that one doesn't use radio; it just scans and it picks up whatever's in the air. So that doesn't use any set radio signals, but just the FM frequency. So that's the other thing. So anyway, um, look up Ron Yacovetti's books on Amazon, and you might like it. You might learn some things about communication with the spirit world or whoever you're talking to. Okay. Okay. Well, that's pretty interesting. Who liked that one? There you go. Who has an idea they want to talk about the inventions of things? How about that? Come on, somebody come up with something. All right, who's here? Anybody here? Nobody else here? Only Bobby's here. Hey, Bobby, you still here? You awake still? No, nobody else is watching. They don't care about my show tonight. Oh well, I gave it a try. I don't know. No one's here. Crystal had another project she's working on, so if she has the opportunity, she'll be here. If not, we'll have to reschedule her, but she will be here at some point. Maybe not tonight, but in some future time she'll be here. So, but anyway, well, who has anything to say? Anybody got any ideas? We got it pretty easy right now with the, well, except for all the copyright stuff. Everybody gets on everybody's case about this, that, and the other thing. Maureen's show last night now, talking about the cell phone. She had a little problem with keeping hers charged up and it died on her. But then Anthony took over the show and he did fine. And the guest, Sean Austin, if you haven't looked up his YouTube channel, he's a paranormal investigator and he's does music and he's also an actor. He has a series on Netflix called 28 Days Haunted, which I have to look at that one. Actually, that's what I need to do tonight, maybe. Check that out. And he shared the song that he wrote for the movie, or for the series, whatever. But he shared it acoustically, he played it right on the YouTube channel, which I thought was pretty darn cool. He wrote it, so he can play it if he wants. And as long as I don't get in trouble for sharing it. I don't think so, though, because it was his work, so he didn't, he's not going to complain about himself doing the show, doing his music. So now we got 2 people watching, but I don't know who they are. Got one on my page and one on Errt Radio page. Hey, people, come on over to YouTube and jump in the chat. And Errt Radio YouTube channel, come on over. You can find it real easy. It's not that hard to find. Just look up Errt Radio YouTube. And come on over to the live chat over here. We got Bobby here. We got myself here. I'm talking to myself. Nobody else is here. Bobby, he might be here. He's in chat. All right, I tell you what. To the next 5 people that show up in the live YouTube chat, you get a free tarot card reading. How about that one? Which I'd give you a free one anyway. So, but there you have it. If you show up, you get a free tarot card reading. First 5 people. Actually, if you get more than 5, I'll do that too. So if you want a reading, come on over to the YouTube channel. Show up and chat. Hit the subscribe button, like and share, and bam, you got a free reading. So if you don't want a free reading, then you don't need one. You don't need to get one. If you don't like tarot card readings, well, you're kind of on the wrong planet. You're in the wrong universe if you don't like spiritual stuff like that. There's some things I won't tolerate, but tarot card reading is okay. It's not evil like a lot of people think. It can be used for evil, I suppose, but I don't think the process itself is evil. And we're not taking anything, I'm not personally taking anything away from the Holy Spirit or God or anyone else that's going to give me a message. I actually ask in my personal mental state, my personal self, I ask for guidance from the Holy Spirit, from God, from the angels to help me understand what the message should be to share to whoever I'm reading for. Now, you guys don't see me do all that, but in my head, I'm doing that. Okay? In my heart and in my head. So, hopefully, if anybody else out there is reading tarot cards or doing any kind of spiritual message work, and you work with the different techniques that we know of, to help guide people to what they need to do or what they need to know. Hopefully, you are asking for the proper guidance and you're asking the right and proper angels and messengers to help with that information. And then, if we are asking the right angels and messengers, and of course God and the Holy Spirit, then we can, and Jesus Christ even, if we're asking for the proper uh, guidance for this, then we should get nothing but good or positive responses. Okay, hopefully. Now, I always say this too, that when I do these readings for anybody, they are completely for entertainment and information use only. However, if what I say causes a question mark in your head and you need to do more research for yourself, then I'd recommend you go and do more research. Whether that be going to your doctor or whatever, I don't know. Whatever that is to you. But never take the word of someone doing tarot card readings over your doctor's advice. Never take the word of anyone giving you any kind of guidance over someone else who you might trust in the physical realm. But if we can match it to where it lines up with what you're being told, that's where it's golden and where it can help guide you in the proper direction. With all that said, Bobby, would you like a reading? And how many cards would you like? If you're in chat, give me your numbers that you want. You want 3 or 4 cards? You want the angel cards? I do like the angel cards. I've gotten pretty good at reading these. And I put one out every day as well. Every day I ask people to pick a card. Pick a card that means something to you, and it's gonna 4-card draw, as always. That is true, Bob. You do ask for 4 cards. So we're going to shuffle this really good this time. And we need to get more people over here, Bobby. Come on, we're all by ourselves over here talking to ourselves. But I'm glad you answered. Thank you. Bobby requested a 4-card reading, so we're using the angel cards again. Cause that's ones I like. Ubi's not here to request the regular tarot cards, but I can use those too. If anybody wants those, I can do them. I got some oracle cards I can use. I'd have to find them though. They're kind of buried in the table over there. Maybe next week I'll set those up and have them ready. Okay, let me see what we got here. Let me see if I like this order, if I gotta reshuffle. See, sometimes it speaks to me too, Bobby. Uh, they speak to me in what one I should read or what one I need to share. I'm not liking these actually. I'm gonna redo them. I'm gonna reshuffle the deck because I don't like the deck. Too many of the same card comes up, and then it's like, what the heck is that about? So we're gonna do this again, Bob. You're gonna reshuffle, warm up the deck, reshuffle it a little bit. Put that in there. Now, let's try this again. Let's shuffle it again. Four times and then the cut. Let's see what we get now. Alright, that's a little better. Okay. Because see, I just had some that I did earlier. 10 of abundance. That's always a good card. I'll send you the picture though. Okay, I'll send you the picture. Don't worry about that. I gotta be careful not to touch the screen because it is a touch screen on this laptop, and so I gotta be careful not to touch it. And then messenger of action. And I even with these, Bobby, I want you to think about it and what one jumps out at you to the most, although they all kind of go together for a story on you for this reading. Okay, that's why we're doing 4 cards. I can never get that just right on the straightness of how it's winding up. Ah, there we go. That's a good one. Fair decisions. Number 8. Fair decision. Alright. Oh, now it's going cockeyed here. Wait, can I see that word? Gotta be so careful with the language. Alright. Healer of action. There you go. Now you got your 4 cards. Let me get the picture. Yeah, that guy last night on Marine Show with Anthony. That was a good guest. I like that guy. We should have him on here and have him do some things. Okay. Who's at work? I don't know who's at work. Okay. Were they answering me and saying they're at work? All right. Well, sorry about that. I don't think they're answering me, though. They're not talking to me in my chat. Alright, we're lining this up, getting it straight. Alright, there we go. That's good enough, I think. Yeah. We would always say that's good enough for government work, right? Not that we're doing government work here. Come on now, where did you go? Why did you do that? Alright, Bobby, I'm going to send this to your Skype. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Let me know when you get it. And put this back up. Alright, there you go. Bobby, those are good cards. I like those cards. Let me see what they are. Hold on. Alright, first one is Ten of Abundance. Second one, Messenger of Action. Third one is Fair Decision. Fourth one is Healer of Action. So you got two actions. Something new and exciting related to creativity is Messenger of Action. Or your career comes to your attention, which I don't know that you have a career, but you feel an eagerness to learn and you're ready to get going, although you may feel insecure. Do it anyway. Step forward. This card represents someone in your life, or maybe you, who is creative, enthusiastic, and fascinated by life, and who wants to try everything, meaning in the productivity of life in general, meaning a new job or some kind of a job or some kind of a project, whether it be your radio thing you do or whatever, or your gaming thing, whatever that would be. All right, so then the first card, though, is Ten of Abundance. Heaven has provided so many blessings. Your family members are bonded and working together. The children are provided for, and a comfortable retirement will one day come along. You taught your family the grace that comes from knowing right from wrong, and you should be very proud. Okay, that was the first card. You got the second card already. The third card is Fair Decision. What we'd call a Major Arcana card, number 8. Your angels are aware that you have concerns, but be assured that there's nothing to worry about. Stand your ground and know that heaven is shining its divine light upon the situation, and all is being healed. Take the time to review all the details thoroughly. Forgiveness will bring peace to everyone involved. I say that a lot about forgiveness, right? All right, Healer of Action. This is a time when you can do whatever you set your mind to if your heart is open. You're being asked to do many things at once. You won't mind as long as you know you're making a difference. This card indicates someone who's loving, intelligent, passionate, and fun, which could definitely describe you. This person can handle difficult situations with grace. I see that with you. Yeah. All right, so there you go. Good cards there, Bobby. All right. All right, so there you have it. That's it. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody on Facebook? Anybody see Facebook? I don't know. I can't keep track. Well, I guess I could keep track of that. I can go over there and see if anybody wants a reading. Let me see. Last time I think somebody asked for a reading. Got 3 on Errt Radio. What the heck? 3 on Errt Radio YouTube. Oh, really? Who's there? You guys speak up. You gotta speak up, people. I don't see but Bobby in the chat. Bobby, you're the only one I see in chat. And it says there's 3 watching. So anyway, sorry about the confusion if you thought Marina was going to be here, but I don't know why that happens. Like you said at the beginning, if anybody can figure that out and tell me the answer on how to correct that on my shows only. I mean, obviously, I want her to be able to share her shows and get her name out there when she's doing a show. But when my show is going on, I'm only putting it out to my own personal destinations or to my group, Errt Radio and my personal Facebook page and this YouTube channel. So I don't know why her name would be on the title. That I can't figure out what that problem is. I don't see anything in my title that I have listed that says her name. And so I don't know. I don't select any of her channels to distribute it to. So I don't know why it would do that. But we got to figure that one out. So if anybody has any clue as to why that happens, let me know. I mean, it might be something we just have to deal with. And just remember that she's only live on her shows as she does, which is Tuesday and Thursday night. If you want to watch Maureen and David talk about entertainment news and projects they're working on, and they always have a fun game at some point. That'd be a lot of fun to watch on Tuesday night at 7:30 or 7 p.m. Eastern. I don't know, 7:30 p.m. I don't remember what time it started now. I was late Tuesday night. Thursday night, or was it Thursday night I was late? Yeah, Thursday night I was late to Dimensions on the Supernatural. So, who else is watching? I see 3 people watching, but there's only 2 in chat. Bobby, are you in? You're in the YouTube chat, right? I don't see anybody here on the StreamYard side. Let me see if I can go to the YouTube side, see if anybody's there. I don't see them on the StreamYard side. Oh, okay, mute that first of all. No, there's Bobby by himself. Bobby's the only one over here, people. I like myself and share myself. Maybe if I share my channel to Facebook, then it'll get out there. There we go. No, it shows me. Excuse me. Allergy problems. I don't know. It shows me as it being my show. So I don't know why Marine would be listed. That's very interesting. Who's in a Zoom meeting right now? You are, or what? Well, who's in a Zoom meeting right now? Oh, maybe I don't need to do IT anymore then. Maybe we just need to quit doing this then, since nobody wants to be here. So, sitting here talking to myself, doing nothing. Nobody seems to care to be here. Alright, well, maybe we can get somebody else over here and join in on the fun here. Nobody seems to want to be here, though. What Zoom meeting, Bobby? I don't know any Zoom meeting. Now we got two people here. But I only see you in the chat, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe we gotta call it an early night then. Went in about an hour. So that's pretty good. Nobody's here that wants a reading. Nobody paid attention to my request. So nobody wants a reading. Other people are doing other things, I guess. And nobody cares about my show. I'm not gonna care about nobody else's show either. When I feel like going to somebody's show, then I'll watch it. If I don't feel like it, I won't watch it. Nobody wants to support this one. Why should I waste time supporting others? And I put in a lot of time supporting others. I'll tell you that. So, but nobody wants to be here. What Zoom meeting, Bobby? I don't know. That shouldn't make any difference about anybody coming here. Unless they're doing a work project and they can't have this on, obviously. Well, I think I'm gonna call it a day. Call it quits early. Nobody else is here. We got two people that shows that they're here, but they're not. I don't know what's going on there. I'm here, you're here, so that's two there. But I don't know why nobody wants to be here. I don't know if I want to spend all that money on StreamYard. Nobody wants to show up on my show. And everyone else does it for free. I don't do it for free. It costs money. If you can get everything that we got to do. So, but I guess that's it, Bobby. Nobody else wants to be here, and everyone else is doing something. And I waited for an hour for people to show up. Nobody wants to show up. So, learned all about communication tonight, though. That's pretty darn cool. It all started with the telegraph, basically, and in today's current modern technology with communication. I'm not talking about cave drawings or whatever. I'm talking about electronic communication. Yeah, I plugged in this radio. I found it was sitting in the garage, and it didn't work. Lucky for me, I didn't see any smoke coming out of it, so that's a good thing. It didn't short out the breaker box or anything. But the radio itself didn't work. Sadly, I wanted it to work. And hoping it would work, but it didn't. But anyway, there might still be good parts that are usable in there. So maybe I'll have to just take it apart and see, like I did with the dual cassette player that had no cord on it. There's a lot of good parts in that. And it's 10 o'clock. Holy cow. Oh, so another little bit of news. Well, there's a car chase that happened in Minneapolis tonight. They went off the road. Oh, and some other political news, though. In Minnesota, felons are able to vote. But I don't see the point in making the bill to pass a law to make a bill for felons to vote when the original rule. Well, wait, no, I don't know if felons could vote in that situation after they got done. But the idea is that now, with this new bill that was passed, when you get done with your sentencing and everything's all completed, then you should be able to vote. Which I guess that's probably a good thing. Oh, that car chase was due to a stolen vehicle. And then they missed a turn to the bridge and they went off the end of the bridge. Wow. The state trooper was chasing them. Holy cow. He got out to run, but they didn't get very far. Wow. That's messed up there. Stolen vehicle. Hopefully nobody wants my car. I don't think it's a good return or a good result if somebody steals it and they just use it up. 893% increase in stolen vehicle trend. Oh, thank you for the that safety committee we got in Minneapolis, that really helps us. 30 thefts. Again, the safety committee we got instead of police department, which the idiot there decided they don't want the police there. And the other thing we Sarah thought about real quick is the interesting thing was a couple of years ago they had taken away all the, well, not all of them, but a lot of the police liaison officers that were in the schools. Like the, I don't know, high school or whatever, and I think they still have some there, but not as present as they used to be. And then you wonder why there is a school shooting and the boy gets killed. This was in uh, Minneapolis area, or St. Paul area was one, and then there might have been some others, but the one that was just on the news. And then they had a funeral for the guy. And there was a shooting at the funeral, and two people died, or one person died, one the other got injured. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty serious business there. But anyway, then the other thing was the driver's license for all here in Minnesota. So apparently, you're able to come here from anywhere and get a driver's license. Before it was you had to have a residency of so many, so many months of being a resident here to get your Minnesota driver's license. Now, I remember when I moved up here in 2000, I got a driver's license right away, but I already had an established record from California and North Carolina. So, established driving record, which was good. Oh boy. Yeah, they're just now talking about the felon voting rights bill signed into law. But the thing of it is, though, if you commit a crime and your punishment is not to have a voice anymore because of your crime, then don't commit the crime. It's not too hard to figure that out. But anyway, I think we're going to wrap it up now. With another 10 minutes talking about nothing. Bobby's probably asleep. And my guest I was going to have on is still doing their project they're working on. So I can't get them over here. But maybe next time we'll try. Yeah, that happens. Projects and work gets in the way, and we don't get to have a show like we wanted to. Maybe next week. We'll see. We'll see if I feel up to it. I might not. I might just take a week off. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Heck, I might go to the casino next week. I want to. I haven't been for a while. I don't know what kind of deals they have at the one that I go to. But that depends on the weather, too. If the weather's crappy, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. Hell yeah. Bally Sports possible bankruptcy. Huh. How's that possible? That's really weird. And yet they're just now trying to get to this sport betting. All right, well, we're going to call it a night. All right, we'll talk to you on the next one. I'm done. I'm going to wrap it up unless somebody hops in right now. We're out of here. I hope those cards made any sense to you, Bobby. I hope that worked out. All right, we're going to call it right now. We'll see everybody on this one. We want another 2 minutes just talking about that stuff. Cookie scam. Uh-oh. Cookie scam. Red alert. Cookie scam. Uh, well, weather. Okay, it's supposed to have snow on Sunday. Rain, snow mix. A few flurries. Seasonal. Okay. Forgotten Victims DNA Dove Project. What the heck? DNA Dove Project? Anybody know what that is? What the heck is that? Well, we can do a whole show on just the news. Real news. But, alright, I'm done. We're out of here. We'll see everybody next time. Have a good night, Bobby. I'll talk to you later.